Let me ask you something. What do you usually reach for before bed? A small dessert, a glass of wine, maybe some late-night pizza, or just a little snack to hold you over until morning? It feels harmless. It feels normal. But here's the truth. If you're a man over 60, those foods you eat before bed may be quietly draining your testosterone, night after night. They are stealing your strength, your energy, your drive, and even the sharp edge of your manhood, all while you sleep. Most men believe low testosterone is just age. They shrug and say, well, of course I'm tired, I'm in my 60s now. But I need you to know something powerful. It's not always age that's taking your testosterone. Often, it's what's on your plate after dark. See, testosterone is rebuilt at night. Your body depends on deep, restful sleep to restore this vital hormone. But if you give it the wrong fuel before bed, sugar, alcohol, or heavy processed food, you block that recovery. You tell your body, work harder, don't rest, and without rest, testosterone tanks. This isn't about cutting joy out of your life, it's about recognizing the hidden enemies disguised as bedtime comfort. And once you see them clearly, you'll have the power to stop sabotaging yourself and start reclaiming the vitality you thought was gone for good. So stay with me, because in the next few minutes I'll show you the foods to avoid before bed, why they're robbing your testosterone, and the simple swaps that can protect your strength, your mornings, and your manhood. My name is Dr. Katherine Rocker, and for more than 3 decades I've worked with men in their 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond, men who carried strength their whole lives, but who began to feel that strength slipping away. Time and again, I'd hear the same words, "Doc, I don't feel like myself anymore. I'm tired, my drive is gone, my energy isn't what it used to be." And almost always, they assumed it was just aging. But when I looked closer, when I asked about their evenings, their routines, their bedtime habits, I started to see a pattern. It wasn't just the passing years stealing their testosterone. It was the little choices they made at night. The extra dessert. The nightcap. The heavy late-night meal. These habits looked harmless. Some even felt comforting. But night after night, they were sabotaging testosterone, the very hormone that keeps men strong, motivated, and alive with energy. I've seen it with patients from every background, teachers, mechanics, veterans, businessmen. Men who thought they were out of options, until they realized that restoring testosterone wasn't about a prescription or a miracle supplement. It was about giving their body a chance to recover by removing the foods that robbed it. And here's the message I want every man listening to hear: your testosterone isn't gone. Your body hasn't forgotten how to produce it. But if you want to get it back, you must stop sabotaging yourself at the very time your hormones are designed to recover, right before bed. That's why we're going to talk about the foods that quietly kill testosterone when eaten at night. Because once you recognize them, you can make a different choice. And that choice can change not just your nights, but your mornings, your energy, and your confidence as a man. Let me tell you about Michael. He's 66 years old, a retired high school teacher from Texas. Michael spent his career standing tall in front of classrooms, guiding teenagers who tested his patience every single day. He had a sharp wit, a warm heart, and the kind of presence that filled a room. But when he came to see me, he was a shadow of that man. His first words to me were, "Doc, I just don't feel like myself anymore." He described constant fatigue, like a fog that never lifted. His mornings started slow. His evenings dragged. He told me, "By the time I get out of bed, I'm already thinking about when I can lie down again." His wife had noticed changes too: less energy, less drive, less interest in the things that used to make him come alive. Michael thought it was just the price of getting older. "I guess this is what happens in your 60s, he said. But when I asked him about his nights, the picture became clear. Michael had developed a routine. After dinner, he would almost always have dessert, ice cream, cookies, sometimes both. Around 9:30, he'd pour himself a glass of wine. On weekends, it was whiskey. And every so often, he'd warm up leftover pizza as a bedtime snack. He laughed when he told me about it, saying, "I know it's not perfect, Doc, but it helps me relax. It's my reward at the end of the day." But his lab work told a different story. His testosterone levels were low. Not just a little low, significantly below where they should have been for a man his age. And his sleep patterns were fractured, preventing the very recovery his body needed to rebuild testosterone each night. I explained to him that his rewards were actually robbing him. Those sugary desserts were spiking insulin. The alcohol was fragmenting his sleep. The heavy, greasy food was forcing his body to digest when it should have been restoring. Michael's problem wasn't age, it was timing. The foods he ate before bed were silently killing his testosterone night after night. And once he saw that clearly, he finally had hope. Because if the problem was habits, not age, then the solution was within his reach. Testosterone isn't just a hormone. For men, it's fuel. It's what gives you energy to get through the day, strength to move with confidence, and drive to stay sharp in body and mind. But here's what most men don't realize: your testosterone isn't built during the day. It's rebuilt at night. Think of your body like a workshop. During the day, you're using up supplies, energy, focus, physical drive. At night, that workshop needs to shut down the machines, clean the floor, and restock the shelves. That's when testosterone is repaired and replenished. Here's how it works. While you sleep, especially during deep sleep, your brain sends a signal to the pituitary gland, the master control center. The pituitary releases a hormone that tells your testes, it's time to make testosterone, and that process happens mostly in the early hours of the night. By morning, your testosterone should peak, giving you that sense of strength when you wake. But here's the problem: what you eat and drink before bed can block this process completely. Sugary foods cause a spike in insulin. High insulin levels interfere with growth hormone, the very hormone that works alongside testosterone to repair your body at night. Without growth hormone, testosterone production slows down. Alcohol might make you feel drowsy, but it destroys REM sleep, the stage where your brain clears toxins and signals hormone release. Fewer REM cycles means less testosterone built. Heavy processed foods, like pizza, burgers, or fries, keep your digestive system in overdrive, raising cortisol, your stress hormone. Cortisol and testosterone are like a seesaw. When cortisol goes up, testosterone goes down. So imagine this. Instead of your body shutting down the machines and refilling your shelves at night, you're forcing the workshop to stay open, run heavy equipment, and fight fires. By morning, nothing has been restocked. You wake up tired, drained, and low on testosterone. This isn't about willpower. It's about biology. Your body is wired to rebuild testosterone while you sleep. But if you overload it with the wrong foods at the wrong time, you sabotage the very system designed to keep you strong. And that's why men like Michael feel like they're losing their edge. It's not just age. It's not bad luck. It's that the foods they eat before bed are blocking their body's ability to restore what makes them men. Now that you understand how testosterone is rebuilt at night, let's get practical. There are 3 major testosterone killers that many men eat before bed without realizing the damage they're doing. If you recognize yourself in these, don't feel guilty, feel empowered. Because once you see them clearly, you can start changing them tonight. 1. sugary desserts, ice cream, cookies, cake. Michael's favorite was ice cream. He told me, "Doc, I've had a bowl of ice cream at night since I was a kid. It helps me relax." But what that nightly scoop was really doing was spiking his insulin, blocking growth hormone, and shutting down the body's testosterone rebuild. Sugar may feel comforting, but at night it's poison for your hormones. It forces your body to stay in day mode, working on digestion instead of repairing. And the result is restless sleep and lower testosterone in the morning. Better swap. If you truly crave something sweet at night, choose a small bowl of fresh berries or Greek yogurt with no added sugar. Even better, move that treat earlier in the evening so your body has time to process it before sleep. 2. Alcohol, wine, whiskey, beer. This is the most deceptive bedtime habit. Many men say, "A drink helps me sleep," and yes, alcohol might make you drowsy, but drowsy is not deep sleep. What alcohol really does is fragment your rest. It blocks REM cycles, which are critical for hormone balance, memory, and brain recovery. Alcohol also raises estrogen levels while lowering testosterone. Night after night, those bedtime drinks chip away at your strength, your energy, and your manhood. Better swap. If you want something warm and relaxing before bed, trade the alcohol for herbal tea, chamomile, lemon balm, or even simple warm water with a squeeze of lemon. These soothe your nervous system without sabotaging your hormones. 3. Processed carbs and heavy meals, pizza, burgers, fries. This one is especially dangerous. Late-night fast food, reheated pizza, or greasy snacks force your body into overdrive. Instead of winding down, your digestive system has to burn fuel all night. That raises cortisol, your stress hormone. And remember, cortisol and testosterone are enemies. When one goes up, the other goes down. Michael used to reheat pizza at 10 p.m. He thought it was harmless. But in reality, it left him bloated, restless, and hormonally drained by morning. Better swap. If you're truly hungry before bed, keep it light. A boiled egg, a handful of nuts, or a slice of turkey is enough to satisfy without disrupting your hormones. The key is protein and light fat, not sugar or processed carbs. The bottom line: sugary desserts, alcohol, heavy processed foods. These are the three killers of testosterone at night. They don't just steal your rest, they steal the very hormone that defines your strength as a man. But here's the empowering truth: avoiding them costs you nothing. It doesn't require pills, prescriptions, or expensive supplements. It's simply about removing the things that block your body's natural recovery. And when you do that, you give yourself the chance to wake up stronger, clearer, and more alive than you've felt in years. I want you to picture two men, both 67 years old. Same age. Same stage of life. Both had long careers, raised families, and now want to enjoy the years ahead. But what they do at night sets them on two completely different paths. Man A, the familiar routine after dinner, he heads straight for the kitchen. A bowl of ice cream, maybe a few cookies. Around 9:30, he pours himself a drink, saying, "It helps me relax." At 10:30, still restless, he heats up leftover pizza. Finally, around midnight, he drags himself to bed. But the damage is already done. His blood sugar is spiking. His liver is processing alcohol. His stomach is overloaded with food. His sleep is shallow, broken, and restless. He wakes at 3 a.m., stares at the ceiling, then dozes in and out until dawn. By morning, he feels drained, foggy, and older than his years. His testosterone is low, his energy is gone, and he tells himself, "Well, that's just age." Man B, the new routine: he finishes dinner earlier and keeps it light. After 8 p.m., no more sugar, no more alcohol, no more heavy food. Instead, he dims the lights, turns off the TV, and makes himself a cup of chamomile tea. At 10 p.m., he slides into bed calm, not stuffed or wired. That night, his body gets to work. His blood sugar stays steady. His brain releases melatonin. His pituitary sends the signal to rebuild testosterone. His sleep is deep, unbroken, restorative. By morning, he wakes clear-headed, steady, and strong. His wife notices the difference. His doctor notices the difference. He feels the difference in his energy, his focus, even in his confidence. Same age. Same body. 2 different nights. 2 different mornings. One man continues down the path of drained energy and low testosterone. The other reclaims his strength, not with a pill, not with a supplement, but with one simple choice: changing what he eats after dark. And the truth is, you get to decide which man you'll be. Tonight. Whenever I talk with men about bedtime habits, I hear the same excuses again and again. And maybe you've told yourself one of these, too. Let's shine a light on them, because these beliefs aren't harmless. They're the very things keeping testosterone low. Myth 1. A little dessert won't hurt. This is the most common one. A scoop of ice cream. A couple of cookies. A slice of pie. It's just a small treat, men tell me, but here's the truth: even small amounts of sugar before bed spike insulin. And when insulin spikes, testosterone drops. Night after night, that little treat steals your body's ability to repair. Myth 2. Alcohol helps me sleep. This one feels believable because alcohol does make you drowsy. You might even fall asleep faster after a drink. But that's where the benefit ends. Alcohol prevents REM sleep, the stage when your brain signals testosterone production. Without REM cycles, your body can't rebuild what it loses during the day. You don't wake restored. You wake drained. Myth 3. Heavy food keeps me full, so I sleep better. Men tell me, if I don't eat something filling before bed, I'll wake up hungry. But that heavy food isn't helping you sleep. It's forcing your digestive system to stay awake all night. And while your gut works overtime, your hormones are neglected. Cortisol rises, testosterone falls. You might feel full, but you wake sluggish, bloated, and hormonally depleted. Myth 4. Low testosterone is just age. Nothing I do will help. This one breaks my heart, because it isn't true. Yes, testosterone naturally declines with age. But lifestyle plays a huge role. I've seen men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s raise their levels simply by changing evening habits. Studies confirm it. Cutting late-night sugar, alcohol, and processed food can make measurable improvements in hormone balance, no matter your age. Here's the bottom line. The bedtime habits men defend with excuses are the same habits keeping them weak, tired, and hormonally drained. And once you stop believing these myths, you unlock the truth: you're not broken. You're simply sending your body the wrong signals at the wrong time. And the best part? You can change those signals starting tonight. Whenever I tell men to cut out bedtime sugar, alcohol, and heavy foods, the first question is always, "Doc, how long until I feel the difference?" The encouraging news? Your body begins to respond almost immediately. Testosterone isn't gone, it's waiting to be rebuilt. And once you stop sabotaging it, change happens faster than you think. After 7 days, the first signs within the first week, men usually notice their sleep feels lighter but easier. You're no longer lying in bed wide awake with a full stomach or alcohol in your system. Falling asleep gets smoother, and you may even wake once or twice less than usual during the night. Some men tell me, "I didn't realize how much that late snack was hurting me until I stopped. I woke up less bloated and a little more clear." It's the first glimpse that your body is capable of healing. After 14 days, energy and mood begin to shift. By the 2-week mark, deeper changes appear. Sleep becomes more consistent, and morning energy is steadier. You don't wake up as groggy or sluggish. Many men notice their mood improving, less irritability, less brain fog, more patience. This is when family members often notice, "You seem sharper," or "You look more rested." Testosterone is starting to rebuild during those nighttime windows that were once blocked by sugar or alcohol. After 30 days, testosterone reawakens at the 1-month milestone. The transformation becomes undeniable. Your circadian rhythm stabilizes, your pituitary signals hormones properly, and testosterone production begins to rise. Men report stronger morning energy, better muscle recovery after exercise, a boost in libido, and even sharper focus. This is the point where lab results often confirm what you feel: higher testosterone compared to where you started. One patient told me, "Doc, I didn't feel 66 anymore. I felt alive again." The bottom line: 7 days gives you hope. 14 days gives you momentum. 30 days rewrites your nights, your mornings, and your manhood. And none of it comes from a pill. It comes from simply removing the foods that kill testosterone at bedtime and giving your body the chance to restore what it already knows how to make. Here's what I know after decades of listening to men: the hardest changes are the ones we try to make alone. But when you share your journey, even something as simple as saying out loud, "This is what I usually eat at night," you create accountability. And accountability builds momentum. Every man watching this right now has his own routine after dinner. Maybe it's the ice cream bowl in front of the TV. Maybe it's the whiskey glass at 9:30. Maybe it's that leftover pizza at 11. And here's the truth: you're not the only one. Thousands of men are making those same choices tonight. But here's the opportunity: you can be the one to break that cycle. You can be the one to say, "I'm choosing differently tonight," and when you share it, another man will see your words and realize, if he can do it, maybe I can too. So here's what I want you to do: scroll down and leave a comment with the bedtime habit that's been hardest for you. Be honest. Is it sugar? Alcohol? Heavy food? Put it into words. Because when you name it, you take away its power. And while you're there, read what other men have shared. You'll realize you're not broken, you're not weak, and you're not alone. You're part of a brotherhood of men over 60 who are refusing to let simple bedtime foods steal their strength. Together, we can turn this into more than just a video. We can build a community of men choosing stronger nights, stronger mornings, and stronger lives. If you take nothing else from today, remember this: low testosterone is not just age. It's not inevitable. It's not something you're powerless against. So much of your strength, your energy, and your drive depends on what happens after dinner, on the choices you make in those final hours before sleep. Sugary desserts, late-night alcohol, heavy processed meals, they don't just rob you of rest. They rob you of the very hormone that fuels your life as a man. But here's the good news: by removing them, you're not giving something up. You're taking something back. You're reclaiming your mornings, your energy, your clarity, and your vitality. I've watched men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s turn things around simply by protecting their nights. And you can too. Not next year. Not someday. But starting tonight. So here's my challenge for you. Tonight, after 8 p.m., avoid just one of the testosterone killers. Skip the dessert. Pour tea instead of whiskey. Put the pizza back in the fridge. One small choice can change the way you feel tomorrow morning. And a chain of small choices can rebuild your strength day after day. If you're ready to make that commitment, write it in the comments below. Tonight, I choose strength. Those 4 words aren't just a statement, they're a promise to yourself, and they might be the spark that helps another man choose differently too. And if this message spoke to you, don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with a brother, a friend, or a father who deserves to feel strong again. Like this video so it reaches more men. And subscribe to this channel, because together, we're building a community of men who refuse to let simple bedtime foods rob them of the strength they still have inside. Remember this: your testosterone isn't gone. Your body hasn't forgotten how to build it. It's just been waiting for you to get out of the way and let it work. Tonight, you have that choice. So I'll ask you, when the clock strikes 8 p.m., which man will you be?